You have the opportunity in the next few minutes to watch an inspiring video that could change your life. Richard Brooke became a network marketing distributor in 1977 at the age of 22, and by the age of 26, he was earning over $30,000 a month from a network of more than 30,000 people. He went on to run that same multi-million-dollar a month MLM company, and since 1986, Richard has been the chief visionary and CEO for one of the most respected, admired, and trusted companies in the MLM industry. Richard has been inducted into the MLM Hall of Fame and is the author of the highly acclaimed book on vision and self-motivation titled Mach 2 with Your Hair on Fire, as well as Mailbox Money, The Promise of Network Marketing. In this 8-minute video, Richard explains the power of network marketing and how it can lead to a life of financial independence and personal freedom.
What I would say to somebody looking at OxyFresh for the first time, looking at the possibility of getting involved, yeah, use the products, but what about this financial freedom thing? It's a tough decision to make if you've never done this before. The whole idea of building a royalty income through a network of product lovers and users and people sponsoring people, and how do I know this will last, and how do I know you'll really pay me, and how do I know I'll be getting a check 20 years from now? This is a whole concept that, although it's been around for 50 years, it's not a paradigm for those of us raised in this country in the last 50 years. It's been here, we've known about it as a concept, we may have even heard about people who have become wealthy through it, but it's not a commonly accepted paradigm. It's not like investing in real estate or investing in equities or even getting a great education and making sure you get a great job and building wealth through that. This is a little bit different, even though it's 50 years old in this country. And so when you're looking at it as a possibility of, well, should I get involved in it and do it, what you have to remember is if you've never done it before, if your parents never did it, if you didn't learn how to do it in school, if you don't even know somebody personally who's done it, it's to be expected that it's not going to be an easy decision for you to make to dive in and do it. So what I would ask you to do is look beyond the traditional places that you look for belief and understanding and consultation and advice, and look to the people who have been doing it. Most people, for example, think the number one product in OxyFresh is our toothpaste because we sell more of that than anything else and we're famous for it, and it is magical. It's the most extraordinary toothpaste ever imagined. And here's how we like to inform people and educate people that we have a product that's beyond even the greatest toothpaste in the world. Is what do you think people are more interested in? The most extraordinary toothpaste ever imagined and ever invented by mankind, or an extra $500 a month? What do you think the world would clamor for? The most amazing, just incredible toothpaste that would just make your mouth feel extraordinary and whiten up your teeth and give you the best breath ever, and you wake up in the morning and you don't even have morning breath? What do you think the world is clamoring for? That or an extra $500 a month? Or go beyond money. Once people have some financial independence, what do you think they're more interested in? The most extraordinary personal care products ever imagined by mankind, or a life where they don't have to spend most of their time and energy struggling around money, where they have an extra $500 a month, an extra $1,000 a month, or more if that's what they want to get out of their struggle. What do you think people are more interested in? The most extraordinary product ever imagined, or an extra $1,000 a month? And then the personal freedom and the spiritual freedom and the abundance of life that comes after money. Most people think, if I just had enough money, I'd be happy. That's not really where happiness comes from. Is when people have enough money, then they start to not think so much about money. And they start to think about life and what life has to offer. And they start to look at doing things, and money isn't the issue. And it's the things beyond the money that provides an extraordinary life. Maybe it's the travel or learning other cultures around the world, or taking on a new hobby, or just an adventure that you would never give yourself permission to do in the past. That's life. And that's all beyond money. And that's the greatest product that OxyFresh has to offer, is life beyond the struggle and the consciousness even of money. What it takes for people to be successful in OxyFresh, and I think any income opportunity, is they have to be at a place in their life where they can see forward, see the picture forward in their life in a way that they see it happening. They see themselves being successful. They see themselves being ready. It's one thing to want extra income and want success. You know what? Everybody does. And that's a big so what. It doesn't produce any results. What produces results is when you and I are ready to act right now on what it's going to take to produce the results. And we provide the platform, we provide the opportunity, we provide the encouragement. We'll even provide coaching in a conversation to nurture and sort of flush that out of people whether or not they're ready. If they're not ready, there's nothing we can do about it, and we'll be here when they are ready. People do wonder, how am I going to fit this onto my already full plate, and how am I going to keep from getting out of balance in my life by taking on something new? And the process that people go through initially, they do have to move some things around, because we don't offer people an extra 6 hours a day. We all only have 24. So if you're going to add something in, you're going to have to move things around. And what we like to ask people to consider is, if OxyFresh started sending you a check every month for $1,000, every month like clockwork, and we asked you to give up 10 hours a week of something you were doing, what would you kick? It's just a matter of prioritizing. We all have full plates because there's a lot of things to do. And what people have to ask themselves is, for an extra income stream, what would you be willing to prioritize and move around and shift? And people find that there's some things they do, like watching TV, that's not that important. Or maybe some hobby that they'd be willing to put on hold for a year or two to develop an extra income stream. But when it comes to balance, in OxyFresh, we're absolute advocates about people staying in balance and having a life beyond OxyFresh. We see this opportunity as something to add to a life, to plus a life, to round a life out, to actually provide balance to a life and provide abundance to a life. We expect people to have lots of friends outside of OxyFresh. And we don't ask people to go out and, bring people into OxyFresh, and if they don't want to get into OxyFresh, you need to pick your friends within OxyFresh. We want people to have a full life outside of OxyFresh with their family, their friends, their full-time career, and OxyFresh is just part of it. And when you're successful in OxyFresh, whatever that means to you, whether it's $500 a month, $1,000 a month, or $10,000 a month that we send you every month, that does create balance if people are committed to balance. And we're committed to people staying in balance with abundance.